All right, Cowabunga. We're talking about our favorite heroes in a half shell today on the franchise. You're jacked in, and I'm all jacked up, baby, because we're talking about probably the first thing in this world that I loved. Like, I came out of my mom's, well, not her puss, actually, her belly. She cut it open. It was a C-section birth. And,
Or like a D section.
oh yeah, it was a D section, bro. I love that. All right, and I, it was. I probably loved her first, right? Like I saw her, I was like, "Mommy." But then the second thing I loved was the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. That's right. I'm your host, Dean Atello, and over there is Daniel Ehrenberg. That's my actual name, and Logan Adair. How's it going, buddy?
It's going all right. Is this where you get your foot fetish from also?
Yeah, I always loved the foot, man.
Yeah.
It just evolved into something different over time. Listen, Turtle Power, Logan.
Yeah.
Turtle Power.
What do you got?
Well, I was just saying Turtle Power.
Oh, turtle power.
Yeah.
Which one was your favorite? Did you have a favorite turtle?
As a young boy,
When I was a young boy, my favorite was.
What is that? What is that?
That is My Chemical Romance, I think.
Oh my god.
You know that song?
I don't think I do.
Yeah, you do.
I wasn't a big fan of My Chemical. I was like a little too old. Like they came out when I was in college, and I was like, "Who
their
are
main
these
song.
fuckers?"
What's their main song called?
I don't know.
My Chemical Romance. They've got like that one.
I keep thinking of Panic at the Disco songs.
Keep going. I can't.
All right. Gerard Way, gang, and his brother, who dated a 19-year-old when he was in his mid-30s. All right, Logan. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles and Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 2, The Secret of the Ooze. That's what we're covering today. And to answer your question, Logan, Michelangelo. I loved Michelangelo.
Interesting.
As a young lad, I considered myself something of a party dude. And he was the funniest. Then as I grew a little older, I gravitated more towards Raphael as I became an angrier young man.
Welcome to the Black Parade was the song that I was thinking of.
Oh, that's the titular track on their second album.
I said Black it's like their main song.
Yeah, I guess you're right. I was trying to think of their first one. I thought you meant like their first hit.
No.
All right, I guess not. Logan, let's talk about it. The Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the original movie. All right. Well, how familiar are you with like the origins of the turtles?
You mean how they turned into Ninja Turtles?
No, I mean like the creation.
Oh, like the backstory? Not at all.
All right. So created by Kevin Eastman and Peter Laird. They were two comic book guys. All right. I happened to clock in the first Ninja Turtles movie that they direct them at one point to the East Warehouse on Lairdman Island.
Wow.
All right. That was a big shout out to Kevin Eastman and Peter Laird. Now, they created the Turtles. It was sort of a parody in the 80s. Like the two most popular Marvel books at the time were the X-Men and Daredevil. All right, Frank Miller was on Daredevil. Chris Claremont was on the X-Men. So he was like, all right, it's the Teenage Mutants of the X-Men and the Ninjas of Daredevil. But they're going to be turtles. All right, and it was a gritty black and white comic book. On the covers, they all had red bandanas. But then it got adapted into a cartoon in 1987 with a great theme song by Chuck Lorre, the creator of The Big Bang Theory and Two and a Half Men. And
it is a great song.
I know. It's incredible. So they changed a few things. All right. April O'Neil, originally a lab assistant, was now a TV news reporter. They've got colored bandanas or whatever. Whatever they are. And they added some fun characters like Bebop and Rocksteady, who we don't see in these movies.
We haven't met them.
No, they're going to show up in those Michael Bay movies. All right. So this first movie is sort of an amalgam. Like they're doing like it's like half cartoon shit, half comic book shit. And then by the time of the second and third movies, they're just like, fuck the comic. It's all cartoon.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Right.
This first movie, the original draft of the screenplay was written by this fella, Bobby Herbeck. Are you familiar with him?
No.
I mean, he was just like a sitcom guy. He wrote for like Different Strokes or something. And then they replaced him. They had a page one rewrite by this fella, Todd W. Langan, who comes back for the second one. And he was also a TV guy at the time working on The Wonder Years, though, which was a higher caliber show. All right?
Okay.
Yeah. All right, so our director for this first one is a fellow by the name of Steve Barron, one of the like iconic music video directors of the 80s. All right? Oh. It's like every great early MTV video was directed by this fucking guy. You probably know them just because they're still famous to this day. Billie Jean by Michael Jackson. Remember, he's like dancing on that street and the pavement's lighting up?
Sure.
He directed that. All right? Take on Me by Aha. You know, he's like, it's all drawn, and then he steps into a thing, becomes live action.
Yeah, I'd say more famous song than video.
No, the video's huge, dude.
Really?
If you saw Family Guy parodied this video. Like in one of its first seasons. It's a very famous video. These videos were so big that most of them came out before I was born, but they were still in heavy rotation on MTV when I was watching MTV as a kid. Mm-hmm. All right? Summer of '69 by Bryan Adams. Africa by Toto. Money for Nothing, which was a huge video by Dire Straits, animated. People loved that video. On countdowns of the best videos of all time, that was frequently number one. Or that and Sledgehammer. All right. So, what a visionary we have in the director's chair for this film. Nothing really happened after the Ninja Turtles. He directed the Coneheads movie, which I like. But then he directed this live-action Pinocchio that everybody fucking hated. And it lost money. Oh, yeah,
Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio.
Yep.
He directed that one.
Yeah, he directed Guillermo del Toro's Pinocchio. And then he went on to do some, like, high-profile miniseries for, like, TV. I saw one called Merlin, where Sam Neill from Jurassic Park plays Merlin.
Okay.
All right? All right. That's Steve Barron. All right? And he makes this movie, comes out March 30th, 1990. It's pitched to like 1 million different studios, all the majors, Warner Brothers, Paramount, Disney, I guess. They all turned this down. They were like, it's just a dumb cartoon. They were scared of making a movie out of it because a couple years before this, Masters of the Universe had come out, which was based on the He-Man cartoon, and that tanked real bad.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So they were like, cartoons adapted into films, that'll never work. So New Line, which was an indie distributor at the time, they pick up the rights. They're like, we'll make it. We'll give you $13.5 million and we'll hook you up with the Henson Studio and you could fucking make a Ninja Turtles movie. At the time, they didn't have a lot going on. It was like the Nightmare on Elm Street franchise was all New Line had that was making money.
All the costumes and puppets and stuff are awesome. I'm not sure how many puppets, but the costumes are awesome.
Yeah. It's all Jim Henson's company. I don't think Jim Henson was working there anymore, but
I think the next one opens up. It's like R.I.P. Jim
Henson.
Yeah,
it does. Yeah, the second one starts with an in memoriam.
Like there's less than a year between movies. I guess he passed.
Yeah. No, I hope he got to see the first one before he died.
I'm sure he did.
All right, great. Great. I hope he died while watching it.
He had an orgasm and died.
It was too good for his little heart to handle.
Splinter does the reversal on Shredder at the end, and he couldn't recover.
No, I think it was during the astral projection sequence into that campfire.
He only did it. That's halfway through.
Yeah, they only made it halfway.
But they thought he was alive the whole time and loving the movie.
Of course, they kept the video playing, and they kept looking over, and he seemed happy. It is because he was so happy when his heart stopped.
He died with a thumbs up.
He
so
died,
I thought for the rest
yeah.
of the movie, he was just doing the thumbs up.
He was just like, they were just like, oh my God, he's loving it. He's
Put
keeping that thumb up the whole time. God damn it. Oh, that's how Ebert died, too.
I think it is.
He died with no chin and one thumb in the air.
Come on.
What?
Everybody please put a thumb in the air. Shout out to Mac Miller.
From Scary Movie 5.
That's right.
Yeah. All right, so $13.5 million budget. It comes out at the end of March 1990. I saw it in theaters, Logan.
Wow.
I was
you? You're like 4 years
like
old.
3.
Yeah.
I was a tiny child, but I remember seeing this in theaters. And by the time the second one came out, I remember being excited about that movie.
Yeah.
All right. Fun. Yeah. All right. You know, I was so into the Turtles, man. My mom likes to tell this story about Thanksgiving dinner one year, and there was a Turtles marathon on TV, and I would not come down to Thanksgiving dinner. I refused because I was too busy watching the Turtles.
Mm-hmm.
Your mic went out.
Are you serious?
Yeah. All right. So this film made a huge $202 million at the box office. It was made independently, so at the time it was considered the highest grossing independent film of all time. It was number 5 at the box office for the entire year.
Wow.
Yeah, only behind number 4, Pretty Woman, number 3, Dances with Wolves, number 2, Ghost, and number 1, of course, Home Alone.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. Okay, what a year at the cinema! I got to see Home Alone and the
Dances
Ninja
with
Turtles.
Wolves.
Well, yeah, but I mean, I'm talking about like as a kid. My parents weren't taking
3.
me to see Dances with Wolves. I was seeing Home Alone and this. And I gotta say, I think I saw Pretty Woman too, which is crazy because that's about a hooker.
Yeah, wow. I bet Henry's like 20 years old. Henry was going to see Dances with Wolves.
He was loving it. Yeah. He was renaming himself Goes to the Cinema. Okay. Nominated for 2 Saturn Awards, this film.
Wow.
Yeah. Speaking of Henry, let's hear that theme.
Saturn is between Uranus and Neptune. Saturn, whoa! Sci-fi blasters with films.
All right. It was nominated for Best Costumes. All right. You loved the costumes.
Of course.
And it lost that to Total Recall.
Fair enough.
Paul Verhoeven's Total Recall. It's also nominated for Best Fantasy Film of the Year, and it lost to Ghost. Everyone loved Ghost. There's that, they're making a pot. It's sexy.
Mm-hmm.
That's all anyone knows about the movie, right? Unchained Melody by the Righteous Brothers playing. All right. Speaking of righteous, let's talk about the Turtles.
Yeah, righteous.
Yeah, bro. All right, they're the true Righteous Brothers, the Ninja Turtles. Wow. I've never made that connection before, but now I'll make it for the rest of my life. All right. So the film opens. Beautiful vista of the Twin Towers.
I didn't notice that.
Yeah, both movies open on the Twin Towers. First shot of both movies. All right. It's 10 and 11 years, respectively, before they were toppled by the Taliban. All right. Now, New York is beset by a plague of pickpockets and robber barons, much like Steve Barron, the director of the film. And this is a great opening sequence. I love it. The Foot Clan just stealing shit. I love that old black lady sitting on her fire escape watching TV, and she looks away for a second. The TV's gone.
Yeah, that was good. I like the opening of the second movie better, but this was good.
This is great, man. It's also pretty identical to the opening of the first episode of the cartoon.
Oh, well.
One of my favorite moments in the cartoon is at the very beginning when a guy is like tagging the wall. He's like graffitiing the wall, and there's bystanders leaning against the wall. He doesn't even give a shit. He graffitis right over them.
Yeah.
Yeah, great stuff.
Love it.
Yeah. We see our erstwhile April O'Neil for the first time in this movie, played by Judith Hogue, who I think is the superior April O'Neil.
Oh, not even close.
Yeah, not even close. She's wearing a yellow raincoat the first time we see her, I guess to like, because we know her from the comic wearing that yellow jumpsuit. I guess they want to just like, it cues us in. Like us cartoon fans, we're like, well, that lady's wearing yellow. That must be April O'Neil.
Can I tell you my real favorite April O'Neil though?
You gonna talk about the porn star?
Oh no, I was gonna say Megan Fox.
Oh yeah,
No, I was queuing you up to talk about the porn star.
Yeah, I haven't seen the new ones with Megan Fox, but there is a porn star for April O'Neil. It's been around a long time. Does she still exist?
I mean, like alive?
I don't know when porn stars retire because their videos just exist on the internet in perpetuity.
Yeah, I'm not sure.
And I've stopped Googling them because that used to happen all the time. Is I would Google a porn star that I was enjoying, and it would be like, she died of a drug overdose 2 years ago.
Yeah, right.
Yeah. R.I.P. to Jersey Jackson.
No,
all right.
Anyway. By the way, is Will Arnett Casey Jones?
Oh, he might be.
He's in this movie.
No. I think he might be her boss at the TV news station.
Oh, that might make a little more sense. All right,
Yeah.
Continue.
All right. So, we see April. She's, she gets attacked, right? She walks in on the Foot Clan stealing some TVs or something. Mm-hmm. And,
do they attack her because she is talking about them on the news, or is
not
it just
yet? She hasn't started talking about them on the news. It's happenstance. It's just that they have not been seen yet. She talks about them on the news, but it's like we don't know who's doing this because there have been literally no bystanders. Like they move like the night because they're being trained by a ninja.
Yes, right.
So
this is just random, and then later they target her.
That's right. They target her.
Okay.
But here, this one's random. The Turtles, they save the day. They cowabunga right in there, kick their asses. Raphael loses a sigh, right? And he says, "Damn!" Now this was big for me as a kid. I loved the Ninja Turtles, and that made this movie seem a little more adult, a little more dangerous. Raphael was saying, damn.
They say bitching.
That's wild, too, I know. But bitching at the time was more just like righteous, like cool.
You don't hear that a lot. Bitching. You don't hear that.
Not anymore. Because I
like it.
I think bitch, like people don't like that word anymore because it has connotations. But I still think it's funny to call dudes bitches.
Yeah, you love it. You call them pussies, too.
Yeah, pussy willow bitches. And
what was that? What'd you say?
Pussy willow bitches.
What does that mean?
I don't know. I knew a guy in high school who used to call people that.
Pussy willow bitches?
Yeah, shout out to Charlie Viana.
Wow. All right.
He sat behind me in chemistry, and he would often call people PWBs. He would even shorten it to that.
What the hell?
Yeah.
All right.
All right. So, the Foot Clan, they get tied up in ropes by the Ninja Turtles. Now, were you looking closely?
At what?
At the Foot Clan tied up in ropes?
No. What is it?
Because one of them was a very young Skeet Ulrich.
Wow. No,
Yeah.
I noticed Sam Rockwell later, but I did not know.
Well,
Skeet
Sam
Ulrich.
Rockwell actually has like lines. Skeet
He's like
Ulrich.
the only one, by the way. Like they talk to a lot of them later, but they're only like, Sam, you're the only one who's able to deliver lines. You talk. It's
Yeah.
really weird.
Him and Danny. But Skeet, he's here in this scene. If you go back and keep a close eye on the right side of your screen, you'll catch Skeet Ulrich tied up in ropes. He doesn't have any lines.
All right, I'll actually go watch this again.
Yeah. All right. So it's been a successful rescue by the Ninja Turtles. They go back into the sewer. And what are you going to do? Order some pizza, I guess, right?
Absolutely.
They order Domino's, which is surprising because at the time, I remember that this movie had a tie-in with Pizza Hut.
That is weird.
Yeah, like in real life, Pizza Hut was doing the tie-in, but in the movie, the product placement's all Domino's.
Did they drop it between making the movie and coming out?
It could be.
Their
They might have a
sponsorship?
problem.
That's really weird.
Yeah, Domino's. I don't know. They're in the movie, but not in the marketing campaign. All right. You know, they should put out a commercial about it, like we messed up. You know, remember that campaign, Logan? We messed up. Our pizza's bad, but now it's gonna be good.
No.
That was a whole marketing campaign. Well, they should have said, we messed up. We meant to do Ninja Turtles tie-ins, but we lost the rights to.
Yeah, they should have done that.
Yeah. All right. Also, the Ninja Turtles, they put on Tequila, the classic song Tequila.
Okay, but what did it say? It said something else.
No, it says Tequila, but they are saying Ninjutsu.
Oh yeah. Ninjutsu.
Ninjutsu.
Da-da-da-da-da-da.
Now, Raphael, he's a bit of a loner, Logan. So he goes out in his trench coat disguise, and he goes to the movies. And what movie does he see?
Well, he's not. Oh, it's not because I thought it was he was going out to go find his thing that he lost, right?
Yeah, but he doesn't go look for his Psy. He goes to the movies.
Oh, what did he go watch? Oh, Critters, isn't it?
Yeah, he goes to see the original Critters, and then he walks out of the movie. He's like, that shit was unrealistic.
Yeah,
which is very funny because he's a Ninja Turtle.
Right,
you know?
I like that.
Yeah. So he's hanging around a park. He sees some, like, muggers or something, right?
Mm-hmm.
And that's where we meet Casey Jones, named after the classic Grateful Dead song, Casey Jones. Driving a train, high on cocaine.
Wow.
You know, that's a song.
All right.
Yeah.
I believe you.
And Casey, tell me about him.
What do you want to know? He plays hockey. He gets into a fight with Raphael, but then later he's like, hey, my buddy, and he saves their life. I don't know, he plays hockey, and he's like kind of cute and charming, and he likes April, and they smooch at the end.
He doesn't just play hockey, though. He's got all kinds of sports accoutrement. Like he's got a cricket bat in there. He's got a baseball bat that's like Jose Canseco themed. And, so he's all over the map. He's just like, he's a fella. He loves sports. And
you could call him a jock of all trades.
A jock of all trades. I like it. But he did say he played in the NHL, right? For like half a season or something.
Yeah, and then he got hurt. Half a season is a weird choice is that from the comics also?
I don't even know if Casey Jones is in the comics.
Oh,
that
really?
might just be a cartoon thing.
Oh, wow. Well, what came first, the comics or the cartoon?
The comics.
Oh, okay. I thought that was a weird, like, they could have just not said anything about the length he was there, but to say, like, I was there half a season and then got hurt, that was a weird choice.
Well, I get it. It means they wanted to make it so that he was good enough at hockey that he played pro, but not, like, no one would recognize him. He's not, like, famous or anything. Although no hockey players are famous. Fucking Connor McDavid could walk past most people on the street. They won't know who the fuck he is.
That's why I like basketball. You can see their faces. You know who's who.
You can see their fucking faces in hockey. It's just that no one watches hockey.
Not when they're playing.
Yeah, but you see them on the bench and shit.
Oh, whatever.
Like
I'm not interested in
I
all the
know
bench
what all
players.
those hockey
I like watching
players.
the game.
All right, Jesus Christ. They're not bench players. They take shifts.
I know.
All right, Jesus Christ.
I saw D2.
That's true. You recently watched D2. All right, so speaking of D, we meet Danny.
Oh, can I bring something up?
Yeah.
I mean, you're probably going to bring it up, right?
Well, yeah, I'm sure I will.
The names here?
What about the names?
Well, his name's Danny, and his dad's name is Charles, and those are your names.
Oh, that's true. I didn't even clock that. Yeah,
Oh
the
my
dad's
God.
name is Charles.
How did I catch that? It's your name.
It's my middle name. I don't think about my middle name that much. But my first name is Daniel, and I gotta say, this was very what's the word?
Influential?
I guess in terms of, you know how I think all characters named Daniel suck.
Yeah, not this one.
No, this guy sucks.
Oh, really? I thought you
Yeah.
were going to like him because
No,
he was wearing a Sid Vicious shirt.
That is
And he's
cool.
like a rebel.
He only wears 2 T-shirts in the entire movie. They're both Sex Pistols shirts.
Oh,
But-
I noticed the other one. Did you like the one shot where he backs behind a crate and you just see Sid Vicious's face but behind the crate?
I did like that.
That was very cool to me.
Yeah.
I enjoyed that.
But I always hated this kid. He's a little prick. He's trying to steal from April's wallet. He's a member of the fucking Foot Clan. He's the one that
That would be
tells
you.
the Foot where
If they
to
were like,
find.
there's a clan called the Foot, you'd be like, ooh, tell me more about this Foot.
But I would. He
Gotta know
turns
about the
them on. He tells them where the turtles' hideout is. I would never do that.
Yeah, that's a dick move.
Yeah, what an asshole.
Yeah, you're right. You're not that low.
Also, he's a little ginger prick.
Oh, come on. I'm sure
Come
we
on.
have ginger listeners, maybe.
Yeah, but they're the attractive gingers.
Oh, okay. Like Victoria from Survivor.
Yeah.
She should listen.
She should listen. She swiped left on me on Tinder multiple times.
You don't know that. You just know she didn't swipe right.
Well, yeah. You
She's
know,
never seen it. No, I think
now-
she's out there like on the dating scene. She probably saw it.
she definitely saw it, dude. Twice! That means she, like, got through all the people in New York and was like, let me start over.
Oh, man.
Yeah,
You don't know.
I do know. All right, so, what's next, Logan?
What's next? Have we talked Splinter yet?
Not really. Yeah. Splinter. He's
He's their father, kind of.
yeah. He gives their, you know what's wild is, like, they bring April O'Neil down to the lair, and they've never had any humans down there before, and Splinter is a ninja, so he's all about secrecy. Like, we don't want anyone to even fucking see you, okay? And but the second they have April down there, they know that she's a TV news reporter.
Mm-hmm.
And Splinter's just straight up like, all right, you want to hear our entire origin story?
Yeah, that's a great point. I didn't even think about that. They just like spill their guts. I mean, like they don't even need to. Why do they tell her that? It's not like they're talking. Like they're specifically telling her. It's not like they're talking and she just happens to be there. He's like, hey,
I don't even think she asks. She just like wakes up and screams, and Splinter's like, easy. So I was a rat. My master was Yoshi. He goes into this whole thing.
wait, actually, I might be wrong. Are they learning for the first time about this?
Who?
Are the turtles learning about
No, the
So-
turtles know their origin.
Yeah, so this makes no sense why he's doing this. He's just like openly saying,
It's for us, but it doesn't
Right.
make sense in the context of the movie.
Right. Yeah, it makes zero sense.
Yeah. Now that's after April is attacked by the Foot, of course, in the City Hall subway station, where it's clearly the Brooklyn subway station, Hoyt Skirmerhorn, but they put up one sign that says City Hall, and in the background, all the other signs say Hoyt Skirmerhorn.
Wow, look at that.
Yeah.
Hoyt Skirmerhorn.
That is Not good attention to detail, Baron. All right, go back to aha videos, my friend. All right, so the origin happens, and then they take April home. April's like, I'd invite you inside, but all I have is frozen pizza. And they're like, fuck yeah, you said the fucking magic word, bitch. Let's eat some goddamn pizza.
Yeah.
So they have a pizza party. And we've got our crew. Right? That's
All
it.
5 of them, yeah. Well, not Casey. He hasn't shown back up yet.
Yeah. Meanwhile, we'll go back to Splinter, though. Like, what do you know about who's playing the people in these movies?
Okay. I know that... Sorry, I'm trying to think of the guy's name. I'm drawing a blank on his name. The little kid from...
Corey Feldman.
I know Corey Feldman played the purple one, Donatello.
Just the voice.
Right.
They had people in the suits
That's all I know,
throughout the movie, and then they had people voice them afterwards. What's interesting about Donatello is the dude in the suit during the movie is the fellow who plays Kino in the second movie.
Oh, wow. That's really cool.
Yeah. Danny Reyes Jr. Is that his name?
I don't know. But I thought I liked him.
Oh, he's great. Yeah, that they thought he was so charming on set that they were like, "Oh, we're putting this guy in the next one."
Yeah, I enjoyed him. That was really good.
Is that his name? Danny Reyes Jr. Ernie Reyes Jr. Excuse me. I think everybody's name is mine.
Yeah.
Splinter, of course, is voiced by Kevin Clash, who was the puppeteer behind Elmo on Sesame Street, and later lost his job because of a few accusations that he was fucking teenagers.
Well, that's not good.
Yeah. Okay.
He was probably like, I played Shredder. Did you know that? I played with Shredder in the Ninja Turtles.
Yeah, and I'm gonna shred that canal, bro.
Oh my god!
Come on. All right. So we get to see the Foot Clan headquarters, which is probably the coolest place in the world.
Okay. Yeah.
All right. They've got arcade games. They've got like skating. What do you call that? Like a skate park or whatever in there. And you could do whatever you want pretty much.
Like a workout area and training area.
That's right.
They got everything.
Karate. And
they should have had a trampoline section. You know those trampoline places where you can
yeah. There's one on Long Island called Bounce You.
Yeah, they should have. There was one Shakalaka that used to be near me. I think it shut down though.
Amazing. Yeah. So Sam Rockwell, we meet him. He's part of the Foot Clan. He's given the tour to some people and us, frankly.
Mm-hmm.
And there's also Tatsu walking around, and he's a Japanese fellow who's like,
I like Tatsu. He's cool.
Yeah, he's fucking awesome. I think he's a really cool character. He's not in the, I don't think, either the cartoon or the comic. He's just for this movie, and he's cool. Although...
Yeah, go ahead.
The dude playing him didn't speak any English, so all the English he says is done in post-production, and they got a white guy to just do, like, a Japanese accent.
Wow.
Yeah.
Well, to be honest, I didn't even notice.
Yeah. I noticed the second movie. The dubbing is done better in the first movie than the second movie.
All right, great. Good job, Steve Barron.
Yeah.
Better job than Pressman there.
I think he's way better than Pressman. Pressman's a hack, bro.
Wow, all right.
Yeah. All right, so what happens? They're at April's house.
Yeah. When do they go to the farmhouse? Let's get there. We feel like we're
all right.
forever.
Well, we're about to. Raphael gets all pissed off at April's house, and I love this part. He goes up on the roof and he does angry cartwheels.
Yeah, angry cartwheels.
Yeah. Furious cartwheels. And then the Foot Clan comes. They fuck up April's whole house. They basically burn the shit to the ground.
Yeah, it's very sad.
Yeah. And this is where Casey returns.
The return of Casey.
The return of Casey. He helps out.
He's like Wayne Gretzky on steroids.
It's a terrible line. I
looked it up. I looked up to see if Wayne Gretzky ever got popped for using steroids.
Of course not, man. That's not a thing in hockey.
Yeah. Good for him. I
I
was about to
think-
say Wayne Gretzky was the Wayne Gretzky on steroids, but no.
I think athletes should be allowed to use steroids.
Really?
I really do. Like if you're that devoted to your sport that you're willing to like let your balls shrink up and stuff, I say do it. Baseball was much more exciting when people were doing steroids.
It's a good take, honestly. Like I'm not opposed to it either. I feel like they all do it anyway. Like there's a bunch of stories about like who knows what LeBron takes and stuff, and there's been stories out there. I don't know.
They probably take some stuff, but like stuff that's allowed. But like I don't know, like do it. Mark McGwire hit 70 home runs. Barry Bonds hit more than that. That was cool. I remember where I was when Mark McGwire broke Roger Maris's home run record.
Wow.
I do. It was fucking cool. And now baseball's just like, oh, does the pitcher have sticky shit on his hand? Let's put in a pitch clock. All right?
Wow.
Suck my pitch cock.
Whoa. The last cool baseball thing I remember, or the last even like notable baseball thing, was when that guy was coming out to that trumpet song. Every time he came out, there'd be that great trumpet song, and they were like, "Oh, the guy's coming! Our
Timmy
favorite guy is." What?
Was it Timmy Trumpet?
No, I don't know. I don't know who the guy is, but he's a baseball player, and he always came out to some cool trumpet song, and everybody got hyped. You don't even know what I'm talking about.
I don't.
Jesus.
Yeah. And I pay attention to baseball.
All right.
Anyway.
That's what I'm talking about.
So they go to April's family farm. Now, I love this trope in blockbusters. I like halfway through a big action movie when the whole cast just hides out on a farm for a while.
Yeah.
All right.
I got one.
Go ahead.
That wasn't on your list. Kind of. What about War of the Worlds?
That's sort of one, yeah.
Tim Robbins in the whole place. That doesn't really count.
Listen, so this movie, Bourne Identity, he's hanging out on a farm for a long time. Avengers Age of Ultron, they go out to Hawkeye's farm.
Mm-hmm.
All right? And then somebody on Letterboxd, let me look it up so I can give him credit, very cleverly responded, Movie Mike. He says Skyfall, too, which is true.
Never saw it.
Yeah, man. They constantly, that's a trope in action movies. I think put them on a farm halfway through. I wonder if any of those Transformers movies, they go to like a Transformers.
I know that the Mark Wahlberg ones, I think he starts coming in the fourth or fifth one. The Age of Extinction or something like that. I don't know.
It's the fourth one.
But that takes place in Texas, I'm pretty sure, and he lives on a farm.
Wow.
Sure that happens.
So that might happen in that movie.
Well, it doesn't count if the whole movie is set on a farm.
No, but I'm saying like maybe they take off on a journey and then go back to the farm.
Maybe. I have not seen it, but I think that's a thing. I think he lives on a farm in Texas. He probably got a great accent.
Yeah. Mark Wahlberg as a Texan.
Howdy. Say hi to your mother for me, y'all.
Say hello to your mother for me. Yeah. Okay. So at the family farm, it's April's family farm. We don't know anything. Like, are her parents dead? Why do they still have this farm?
Yeah, she says like, yeah, I don't come out here, but it's here. And you're like, what? I don't really understand.
Yeah.
But okay.
This is from the comic, The Farm. And Raph at this point is like in a coma.
Yeah, he got hurt. He fell from like the top room to the bottom. He fell through a few floors or something.
Yeah. And so they throw him in a bathtub.
Yeah, I like that part.
Is that because he's a turtle?
Oh, I don't know. I just thought it would be like a great healing place. Bathtub.
I just feel like he should be in a bed. But I don't know how these turtles sleep. It could be like in Batman when he sleeps upside down because he's a bat.
Does Angel sleep upside down because he's a vampire?
No, we see Angel's bed.
Oh yeah, we do see Angel's bed. Never mind.
We see him get that dick wet, and he
That would have been funny.
pop Buffy's cherry.
After he bangs Buffy, he's like, "All right, good night," and we see him go hang upside down. He has like monkey bars set up.
That would be kind of great. All right, so what else is happening at the farm? Donatello and Casey, they're like fixing up a car.
Mm-hmm.
April's like drawing everybody. April's an amazing sketch artist.
She really is, yeah.
Yeah. And we get like sort of very serious voiceover from her too.
Okay, I didn't really pay attention to that.
Yeah. All right. So anyway, Raph wakes up. Everyone's excited. The turtles go camping, and an astral projection of Splinter, who has been captured by the Foot by this point, appears to them in the fire. I used to try to do this. Anytime I was like out, if there was a campfire somewhere, I would try to manifest an astral projection.
Of Splinter or what?
Anybody.
Anybody specific or just any person that would astral project themselves?
I would stare into the fire and try to see people.
Just whatever would manifest itself.
Yes.
You're not looking for anybody. You're not looking to have your cake and eat it too. You just want whatever will pop up out of there.
Anything that they'll give me. Yeah.
Yeah, I like that. That's funny. I can picture young Daniel standing by a fire, just staring at it really hard.
I was. That's exactly what I was doing.
I have a question about this.
Yeah.
Because they had sort of been setting up. April's like, "Hey, Casey, I need your help with something." And Casey's like, going to go help, but he's sort of being a jackass about it. And she's like, "Never mind, I'll just do it myself." But there's sort of like a flirty thing going on.
Yeah.
And then they go off and meditate by the fire, all the turtles. And they're gone all night because they come back the next morning and they're like, there's that great shot of them like all in the front yard and they're like, "Let's go kick some ass." What happened? I mean, we see them later. Like, is that their first kiss or did something...
I think that's their first kiss. I don't think anything went down that night.
Nothing happened this night.
Yeah.
Did they hang out?
Maybe they hung out, had a bottle of wine or something. But, like, April's too busy delivering voiceover and sketching.
Yeah, she is.
Right.
She is doing some sketches.
Yeah,
I like, by the way, later Danny he takes a drawing because then that's how Shredder realizes they're around because he has a drawing of hers, and he asks her for the drawing. Remember, he'd been stealing stuff, but he asks her. He's like, "Can I have this?" And I thought that was like a real sign of growth from Danny.
It is. It absolutely is.
Yeah, I didn't know if that was intentional or not, but I thought that was a great moment for Danny.
I think it was intentional. I think he's sitting in the same chair at that point that he was when he stole from the wallet. So I think we're supposed to make that connection.
I didn't even notice that part, but that was great. Danny's little growth in the movie.
Yeah.
But then he sort of goes back down to being bad. But then he goes back to being good.
Yeah. You know what the best part of the farm is?
What?
When Casey is in that swinging chair and it falls down.
You mean a swing?
No, it's not a swing. It's like one of those
swings?
Yeah, it's like a porch swing.
That's still called a swing.
All right, eat shit.
A swinging chair. That's funny. I like the part where he cuts the carrots with the sword.
I like that too. That is pretty good.
Is it Leonardo has a sword, right? He cuts it with Leo's sword.
Do you know whose weapons are whose?
Yeah.
Give it to me right now.
Leo's got the swords. Donatello's got the big stick. Raphael.
It's a bow staff.
Raphael's got the little knives, and then
size.
And then Michelangelo's got the nunchucks.
Yeah, he refers to himself as a chucker on more than one occasion in this movie.
Mother chucker. They gotta say that at one point.
You know, I took Taekwondo as a kid. And part of Taekwondo is you'd get nunchucks. And so I would walk around just playing with those nunchucks, thinking I'm Michelangelo.
Is that why you liked him the most? Because he was the most accessible to you?
No. I mean, I liked him the most before I started doing that.
What's your favorite color? Orange?
No. My favorite color, I think when I was a kid, it was blue. And then it turned into green over time.
That's what it is.
So it really should have been Leonardo. He's blue and green.
Yeah, you're right. Is it green now? Green's your favorite color?
Yeah, green's my favorite color now.
I don't really have a favorite color. It was red for a long time, but then like I got older and like politics became more involved in my life, and now I can't look at red the same anymore because that's the bad side.
Yeah. Now, green, I like the metaphorical possibilities of it. It means like inexperienced, you know?
Money.
I don't love that so much.
Green envy, that's the thing, right?
Yeah, envy. There's a lot going on with green.
Sure. Lots of colors have a lot going on, though.
I guess.
You know what doesn't? Brown. That's just poop.
Yeah, you're right. Is anyone's favorite color brown? Maybe Diane Keaton. She wears.
I think
a lot
my
of
mom's favorite color was brown.
Oh my god!
I say was like she's dead.
She's dead to you. Yeah. All right. What's next?
I don't know. They leave the house. They go back to town, right? Oh, they find Danny in a closet. I have a question. Did Casey think that claustrophobic meant homosexual?
I think he thinks it means the only phobic he's ever heard before is homophobic.
But he thinks homophobic is homosexual?
Oh, yeah, I
they call him claustrophobic, and he's like, I'm not gay. What are you talking about?
Yeah, he's like, I've never looked at a guy in my life.
Yeah, so he thinks that that's gay. Claustrophobic. Yeah,
that was
gay.
a weird. It
was a weird jump, right?
It's just in 1990 we were so panicked about being gay.
Right.
Terrified.
Right. Yeah. Terrified of ourselves being gay?
Yeah.
You like
of anybody being gay.
Right.
Gayness was considered a bad thing. By the way, happy Pride Month.
Oh, is it really?
Yeah.
All month long? We give them a whole fucking month?
What are you talking?
I'm just a joke. Oh, it was a joke.
June is Pride, yeah. Everything becomes rainbow colored.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah. All right, so Splinter then like tells more of his origin to Danny when they find him.
They should make Ninja Turtle episodes. All do they make the show still?
They often reboot it, but the original show aired from like 87 to 96, something like that.
Oh, okay. Well, when they make episodes, when the ones that aired during June, if there are summer episodes, I don't know. They should have rainbow headbands. And then you're like, is that Donatello? Is that Raphael? Oh, he has the nunchucks. Oh, that's my.
How furious would that make Republicans if like, the Ninja Turtles were pro-gay?
That's their favorite characters, right? The Republicans, they love the Ninja Turtles.
I just think anytime like any mainstream like hero character expresses anything but hatred towards homosexuals, they get a very up in arms.
Yeah. I think there's something going on with Spider-Man right now.
Really?
Yeah. I haven't seen the new movie, but I've seen some. There's like a trans character in the movie.
I didn't even notice if that's true.
Oh, you're not online, I guess.
Yeah, I saw the movie though.
Right.
Anyway, fucking what? Oh, the origin story. Didn't you love the little flashbacks of little Splinter, like a little rat doing karate kicks?
Absolutely, I loved all of it. I loved the tiny little turtles. I loved the tiny little rat. Anything that they made for the movie visually, I thought was amazing.
Yeah, I like when they show Splinter jump on Shredder's face, and scratch it.
Yeah, I like it when he attacks that guy at the end too.
Who attacks what guy?
When we see like the love triangle, when the guy comes in and kills the girl and his owner, and he attacks him, he jumps on him.
Oh, yeah. That's great.
Awesome.
You're right. Oh, yeah, and he slices his ear.
Yeah, he cuts his ear.
Yeah. All right, so, the rest of the movie's big fight. The Foot Clan versus the Turtles. Mm-hmm. It ends up on a roof. All that roof stuff reminds me of Ghostbusters.
Really?
Yeah, because, in Ghostbusters, they're fighting on a roof and everybody's looking up at them.
Really?
Yes.
Okay.
Zool.
That's on stairs.
What the fuck are you talking about?
Isn't that on, like, a staircase leading up to a building?
They're on a rooftop.
Okay.
What staircase?
I thought that's where the end of Ghostbusters took place. Was on
the big fight takes place on a staircase.
Like the Philadelphia Rocky staircase, like that kind of staircase.
No, it is a rooftop
Or
and
like
we
the White
see
House.
people on the street looking up at him. The
All right.
White House?
I
Are
don't
you
know.
thinking of the Lincoln Memorial?
Yeah, I was. I was.
Jesus Christ.
All right. Well, you're right. I'm wrong. Okay, sorry.
All right. Anyway.
Are we done with the movie? Because I have a few things I wanted to bring up.
Well, I guess so. And then the credits roll, and we get that great Turtle Power rap song by Partners in Crime, KRYME.
Yeah, you're a fan of them?
Well, I have no idea who they are, really, but I Googled them for the show, and, I found some stuff out. First of all, they recently reunited in 2015 and put out a new single that was also about the Ninja Turtles.
That sounds very sad.
All right. And I'll tell you also that CRYME, KRYME, stood for Keep Rhythm Your Motivating Element.
Jesus.
All right. Great
so.
stuff. Anyway, I love this song. I love how many songs there are about the Ninja Turtles.
Yeah. I honestly, I kind of like the song too.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah,
All right.
pretty good.
What else you got, Logan?
All right. Well, Michelangelo at one point calls April sis. Did you notice that?
I did. I thought of Annalise from
Oh, damn it. That was going to be
Big
my
Brother.
joke.
Oh, really?
I was going to say, she looked nothing like Annalise.
Oh, very good. Very good.
And then something else. Oh, I didn't like the ending when he said, I made a funny, and he redoes that. And then I hate that. That's like one of my least favorite things people say. I made a funny. I hate that. What do you think?
I like it in the first movie. I'm less into the callback. I made another funny.
Made another funny.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As though he's expecting us all to remember, like he said he did that like a
I
year
did.
ago.
I remembered it.
No,
Did you not have to-
we the
Yeah,
audience
little bit.
remembered it, but like that's like not in the context of the movie. That's just for us.
Right. I suppose you're right.
Yeah.
And then, so the end of the movie, okay, April and Casey kiss each other.
Yeah.
I have a question for you. Is Raphael gay?
What?
Because Donatello says 9.95. Okay? Raphael says, all right, April. And then Michelangelo says, all right, Casey. So it seems like the person that would be like, all right,
He's
Casey.
not, come on.
It's not a real thing, but it's a. I thought
Why
it was
would
funny.
the other one would be gave all right, April? You got that hunk of man. Raph's like Casey, sweet.
No, Raphael said all right, April.
Oh, he said all right, April. I think everyone's just happy for both of them for finally doing it. They
are, but I just wanted to
tension.
bring it up. I thought it'd be funny to bring up.
All right. By the way, 9.95. If you stick around for the credits after that Turtle Power song, there's another song about the Ninja Turtles, and it's called 9.95.
Wow.
And
No,
I
didn't stick around.
wondered whether which came first, the line in the movie or that song.
Huh. I think the line in the movie.
Maybe.
Why would this
All
song be? Why would there be a? I actually don't. I haven't heard the song. Anyway, I don't care. I give it a 3.
Okay, a 3.
Yeah. What do you give it? You can go 5 stars.
No, it's probably a 3. I'm gonna give it a 4 though.
But okay. I mean, I don't know. I thought it was okay. I mean, there's nothing extraordinary about it. It was fine. I enjoyed myself. 90 minutes. It's a good time.
Yeah, I just think for what it is, it's like better than it needs to be. You go watch like the other Ninja Turtles movies, and like they talk down to kids. This one is like a nice little story. It feels.
I sort of had issues with Danny, where like he's good. He comes to them good, but then he like has a dream, and they're like, "No, I'm bad." So he goes to the bad side, but then he like has a talk with Splinter, and then Splinter makes him realize the good, but then he's good, but then he's bad. Just too much with Danny, and
he's the worst character. He's the LVP.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Danny LVP.
But I just think all this stuff with the Turtles, the farmhouse, Casey, it's a better April. I think the Foot Clan is better in this movie. I think Shredder's cooler. That Tatsu character.
Shredder is cooler than Super Shredder?
Yeah.
Wow. Look at you planting your flag.
I am. So yeah, I'll give it a 4. But one
Wow.
that's a 3, but 1 extra star for nostalgia.
Okay. All right.
Yeah.
Gnarly.
Yeah.
That's a word they say.
It is. That's true. All right. So we've decided the LVP. Who's the MVP?
I gotta go April O'Neil.
I am too. I think she's great in this movie.
I thought
And
she was unbelievable.
I don't know that I've ever watched them back to back like this before. Because yesterday I watched them back to back, and the second one, like I feel like when these movies first came out as a kid, like the second one, I didn't even realize it was a different April.
Wow.
But now, as an adult, it's like a marked loss.
Yeah, it's not even close. The other girl is like serviceable, I guess. Like she's fine, but this lady, what was I don't even know
Judith
her name.
Hogue. Judith
I
Hogue.
thought she was.
Did you know her from the Halloween Town films?
No.
I noticed that she's in all of those.
Who is she?
I don't fucking know. Do you know those movies well enough that if I told you the character?
I mean, there's a family. Is she like the mom in the family or something? No, I don't think so.
Judith Hogue. She's You want me to look it up?
Not if it'll take too long.
I've got it right here.
But I thought she was so charming. So like I wanted to date
She's
her.
Gwen Cromwell Piper.
I don't know who that is.
Gwen Cromwell Piper. I mean, it looks like she's third build. It is the Piper family. She might be the mom.
She really?
Yeah, I guess the grandma's Debbie Reynolds, huh?
Oh yeah, yeah. The grandma is Debbie Reynolds. You're right about
so
that.
the mom is April O'Neil.
Holy shit!
All right, does that blow your mind?
That does blow my mind. I didn't know that. I had no idea about that.
Great stuff.
Wow.
All right. Anyway, let's move on to the second one.
Yeah. All right.
All right. Secret of the Ooze. So there was some fear that the Ninja Turtles were a concept that was going to fade from our minds. Like the first one was a hit, but how long are these characters going to be popular? The fucking Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. Little do they know, it's fucking 2023, and there's a fucking Ninja Turtles movie coming out in theaters this summer.
But we don't. Well, like, did the last movies do well? Or are the Ninja Turtles still popular?
Yes,
I don't hear a lot of people talking about the Ninja Turtles.
people are talking about the Turtles.
All right.
I'm telling you, man. So this one, it comes out less than a year later, March 22nd, one week, 51 weeks, right after the first one. March 22nd, 1991. They double their budget, $25 million for this one, but they halved their box office. 78.7 million. Still, it was the number 13 movie at the box office that year, coming in between Martin Scorsese's Cape Fear and Ron Howard's Backdraft.
Wow.
Yeah. And won the Kids' Choice Award for Best Movie.
It's the Kids' Choice Awards. It's KCA to you. But it's the kids making the choice. Yeah.
Very good.
Something like that.
It's. I think you nailed it. Yeah. So, our director for this one, we've got same writer, but new director, Michael Pressman. Now he's a nepo baby. His dad was a television director, and he comes in. I mean, he didn't do much. It was Bad News Bears 2. All right, I saw that.
Secret of the Ooze.
He's got it's Bad News Bears in Breaking Training.
Did you guys cover those Bad News Bears?
Not yet. We should.
Ugh, I don't want to do that.
They're good.
I know you're like
they
a
go
fan,
to Japan
man.
in the third one. There's only 4 of them.
Didn't Richard Linklater make one?
Yeah, that's the 4th one.
That's the bad one?
No, that's just the most recent. Yeah, there's 4 Bad News Bears movies.
Oh,
and like
the
loves
baseball.
The only really bad one is when they go to Japan.
Wow,
because it's kind of racist. All right, but Michael Pressman, his best movie by far to me, Dr. Detroit, with Dan Aykroyd pretending to be a pimp. Incredible film.
All right.
Okay. But not much else. He does Ninja Turtles 2, and then after this, he directs a lot of TV, a lot of David E. Kelly shows, Picket Fences, Chicago Hope. Still working today, working on Blue Bloods. No. Oh, that's the other guy. Sorry, Barron's working on Blue Bloods.
Wow. Great job, Baron.
This guy directed some Blue Bloods, but also some Law and Orders, some SVUs, some Chicago Med. All right, he's all over the TV screens.
Yep.
Okay. All right, let's get into this film, Logan. What'd you think?
I thought it was worse than the first one.
Yeah, it's definitely worse.
It's fun, though.
Sure. It opens on the Twin Towers. And then we get a montage.
Never mind.
Just like what?
Never mind.
What opens on the Twin Towers? Tell me.
I was going to say, like, the Paris Hilton sex tape, how that says, like, in memory of 9/11.
It does?
Yeah, it's very funny. Everyone go check that out on Pornhub.
That's insane.
It says, in memory of 9/11. Now watch Paris Hilton.
One night in Paris. It's such a lazy blowjob, too.
Great title, though.
One Night in Paris. Incredible, yeah. So there's a montage of people eating pizza. Everyone's very excited about pizza. It's, and
made me excited. I made me excited for New York, too. I was like, is this just what they do? They just sit in taxis and eat pizza?
Yeah, but this is how you know it wasn't shot in New York and that none of these extras were from New York. Not a single one of them folding the pizza.
That's funny. That is a thing, yeah. Because the slices are so big. They're so big.
You gotta fold that pizza.
Yeah, that's a great call.
Thank you.
They should have folded the pizza.
They should have. Now, Kino, we meet our new human character, Kino, played by Ernie Reyes Jr. from Surf Ninjas. You ever seen Surf Ninjas?
No. But I did, by the way, when I worked at Domino's, I worked with a guy named Kino.
Wow.
That's real. That's a real thing that happened.
Isn't that just like a Chinese casino game?
I'm not sure. This guy was like half Japanese, though.
All right. So he's delivering for Roy's Pizza. Some girls outside the
really?
Pizza
I thought he was worked for Domino's too.
No, it's Roy's Pizza.
Oh, wow.
No brand names in this one. He hits on some girls outside. They're not having it, so then he calls them fat. It's a great way to introduce your main character.
Yeah, he did do that.
Yeah. And he's delivering to the Turtles, I believe. But first, he sees some guys with body stockings on their heads stealing from like a toy store or something. And he interrupts with some karate.
Yeah, he's really good too.
Yeah, but he's outmanned before the Ninja Turtles come in, really rip it up. And they have a real fun time with these guys. Michelangelo uses some sausage links as nunchucks. Then there's that thing with the clown, the inflatable clown. I always liked that. Yeah.
Sorry, my mic disconnected.
That's okay.
It's back.
Great.
Yeah, I like that. And then the turtle, he like pretends to be like the thing.
Yeah.
That's funny.
It's all very fun. And then I like the title card too, when they all like jump and they do flying side kicks. And then you get like the turtle logo.
Sure.
Yeah.
No beef with the first however many minutes.
No.
I don't even dislike this movie or anything. I don't want to sound like down too much.
Nor do I, but I will say it was slightly a nostalgia buster.
Okay.
I remembered it being a little better than it was. But it had some good moments. Yeah, you know what you know what the best moment of this entire movie is? When they find those giant dandelions.
What? That's the best part of the movie?
Yeah,
Why?
I like that part. I don't know.
I like the wolf and the turtle.
I'm intrigued by the giant dandelions.
I like those guys.
You like Toka and Rezar.
Yeah, they were really cool.
Yeah. Now, do you notice a lovely cameo here? We meet our new April, and she's recognized on the street by a fella. Like, I love you on the news. Did you remember this part?
Yeah, vaguely, who is it?
Did you clock who the wife of that man was?
Oh yes, yes. What's her? Susie Essman.
Yes, it was Susie from Curb Your Enthusiasm.
Yes, I absolutely noticed that. That was very cool.
Yeah, pretty exciting to see her.
Yeah,
So
and she's
young.
like, anytime some skirt walks by, you always turn your head. She's like, gets pissed at him.
Yeah, she should have called him La.
Yeah, La. Hey, La.
So we cut to some garbage. I noticed that they had a stuffed rat in the garbage. I think you were supposed to think it was a real rat.
I didn't even notice.
It's really weird. And Shredder's hand, you see it rise above, because you'll recall in the last movie. By the way, I like that moment. He falls in the garbage, and then Casey's like, "Oops." And he turns on like the trash compactor.
We had an argument once during our Spider-Man commentary track when Green Goblin busts out of the ground. Remember that? And I was like, oh, it's like Evil Dead. And you were like, no, Super Shredder. And I was like, Evil Dead. And you were like, Super Shredder. That was like a big thing. And now I've seen this movie. I understand what you're talking about.
Yeah. You see it, the hand.
Yeah, we're both right.
Except I was wrong. I remember it happening later when the Super Shredder comes out, but it's not. It's at the beginning.
Guess this is just regular Shredder.
Yeah. This is just regular.
I feel like he
Shredder.
kind of does something similar, though. Maybe he does it too.
Yeah, maybe. I don't know. Anyway, Tatsu, he's got like a sort of small crew of young boys that are still loyal to the Foot.
Yeah,
right?
he's in charge now that Shredder's dead.
Yeah, although then, like, very soon after he says he's in charge, like seconds later, the Shredder walks in. It's like, fuck you, I'm in charge.
That made me like Is it Tatsu or Tatsu?
Tatsu.
It made me like him even more, to be like, he thinks he's getting his big break, but then no, Shredder's back to take over. He was probably upset. Made me like him.
Yeah, I kind of know what you mean. I
Gave
felt
him a
the
little
same
layer.
way. Yeah, an extra layer for Tatsu.
Yeah.
Yeah, you know, Shredder, he's a different guy in this movie. You recognize his eyes. He's the guy from Lost who, like, is giving them all the exposition in those little short films about the Dharma Initiative, and then he turns out to be Miles' dad. Huh?
Wow.
Marvin Candle? Everybody remember him?
Don't spoil it.
All right, I won't. But he's been in a lot of stuff, that guy. Anyway. Meanwhile, April O'Neil's investigating this company, TGRI, Techno Global Research Industries. All right?
Yep.
And that's when we get those huge dandelions. And there's like a dude who's like working undercover. He's like an intern for April's news company, but then
Freddy.
It turns out, yeah, Freddy. Then it turns out he's part of the Foot Clan.
Yeah. And I wrote his name down because there's a Wes Craven connection in this movie. Freddy,
Really?
and then the teacher from Scream 2.
Yeah, and Skeet Ulrich was in the last one.
Oh my god, I didn't even notice that. You're right about that. Wow.
Yeah, no, but the head of TGRI, this like Dr. Perry or whatever his name is, he's of course Sydney's drama teacher from Scream 2.
Tell me you want it. I want it. No, tell me, or something like that. It's like, tell me you want it. I want it. I don't believe you. Tell me you want it. I want it. All right.
That is great. Check out, patreon.com /the franchise. Only $5 a month. We did a whole commentary track on that movie.
All of them.
All of them.
That's the franchise we did all of them for.
Yeah, it's true. All right, so at this point, the Turtles are staying at April's house, her apartment. So they clean up a little. They start to move out. Michelangelo, he grabs his Paulina Poroskova poster from the wall, which I was very excited about. And then we meet Toka and Razor. It's a giant turtle and a giant wolf. Is that what they say?
Yes.
Yeah, because at the end, you see them back in their animal form. It's a little cute little wolf.
I wondered why they decided to do a turtle. I thought that was weird. Like, why?
It's a snapping turtle.
Yeah, but I thought that was, like, there's so many animals, and you do a variation of what our heroes are. That was a little interesting. But I like later on when they're like, "You're the ugliest turtle I ever saw," or whatever. They like diss him for being so ugly and gross. By the way, I wanted to bring something up near the beginning. April is cleaning up after them. She's like Donatello's, Michelangelo's, Raphael. She's like picks up a skateboard and all that stuff.
And
And
an X-Men comic.
oh wow, I noticed the comment. I didn't see what they were, but they're eating pizza, right? And they're like, she's like, "Do you want some napkins?" And they're like, "For what?" And then she tosses napkins all over the place. Like she was just getting on to these people for like having to clean up after them, and then she dirties the entire kitchen by tossing napkins.
I noticed the same thing, and I think at that moment she's resigned. Like, I guess I live like a fucking pig now.
Yeah, I got what they're going for.
They're gonna get their greasy turtle hands all over everything.
Yeah. It was alright.
Yeah, all right. No Casey in this movie, by the way.
Yeah, that sucked.
He'll be back for the third.
Oh, really? Same guy?
Yeah, Elias Koteas.
I thought he had like sort of De Niro energy, like his eyes and maybe not his acting, but I thought his look was a little De Niro-y.
Well, he was a big indie actor in the 90s. He was in that film Exotica by, I don't know who directed that, Wim Wenders or something? Maybe, I don't know. And he was in Cronenberg's Crash. He's been in a lot of good movies. I think he's in The Thin Red Line, the Malick film. Yeah. Anyway, the Turtles set up shop at like an old abandoned subway station. And it's Spider City. And I like this new lair. How about you?
Yeah, I thought it was cool too.
Yeah.
Really well lit.
That's true. So they try to infiltrate the Foot Clan, and Raphael does. And I thought this was weird. It's like a weird cattle call for new Foot Clan members. It's sort of like when, construction companies will pick up a bunch of illegal immigrants on the street, like put them in the back of a truck, and like, hey, you're gonna work today. Who needs work today?
All right.
You know what I'm talking about? That's what it's like. It's like, who wants to be a ninja?
Right.
Get on board. So they do that. Raph gets captured, which leads obviously to this is actually my favorite part of the movie. It's even better than the dandelions. All right? When he goes, it's quiet. A little too quiet. And then it goes, hey, it's Raph. A little too Raph.
That's your favorite part.
That's the funniest part of the movie.
I don't even think I know what you're talking about, to be honest.
Oh my god.
This is like when Raphael sneaks off by himself?
Well, I think it's part of a plan. Like, I think someone knows they're doing.
Oh, you're talking about when they're underground, when they first go underground, right?
Yeah, sure.
When they like find the place underground.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about. That's all right.
All right, he didn't. Logan didn't respond to that.
It was all right.
All right, so
one of my favorite parts we sort of skipped over. I like the part where Michelangelo is like, he's like having to do like back handsprings as like a punishment, and he's like 1, 2, and they have like a whole conversation for a few minutes, and you hear him counting in the background, and then he's like 148, and he like gets to the end, and you see he's just been standing still counting, and he's like, oh, you caught me, oh no. I thought that was funny. The whole time I was thinking too, I was like, he's still going, he's really doing this, and then they finally show that he wasn't doing it. I enjoyed that moment.
What a little rascal.
Yeah, really. That's your favorite one. I have to admit, I liked him. I liked him the most of the Turtles in this movie.
Yeah, I think Donatello and Leonardo don't get enough personality in these movies, though. It's really
he's like the leader, and he does nothing, I feel like.
I know. He's like Cyclops. Michelangelo's like the funny one, and Raphael's the angry one in these movies. Now, in the comics and the cartoon, Donatello, he was the smart one, but you don't really get to see that in these movies at all.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, he does machines as the cartoon as the
I never
song
saw
tells
that.
us.
They never show me that part of
that
part of him. By the way, did you notice that Raphael?
Well, a little bit actually. He's the one who does like the stuff on the computer in this one. There's that big action scene inside TGRI, and because I remember wondering how the fuck he's typing with those giant fingers.
Yeah, that's funny. I felt like I was going to say something.
Sorry.
I forgot. Oh, Raphael. Did you notice he doesn't even sound like a Ninja Turtle? He just sounds like an Italian guy.
Yeah, he also doesn't sound like a teenager. You could sort of convince yourself that the other three are teenagers, and he just sounds like he sounds like he should be like the boss at like a FedEx facility or something.
Yeah, he's like, hey, Kino, you're gonna get in there and we're gonna go see how they train. How do you feel about that? Like that's how Raphael talks in this movie.
Damn.
It's really righteous.
Yeah. So Splinter saves the day with a bow and arrow, and then they plan Operation Donut, where they're gonna put this shit in in the donuts for Toka and Razor and make them tiny again. All right. So they discover the donuts, and the fight breaks into a Vanilla Ice concert.
But don't they put them inside ice cubes inside the donuts? That is weird, right?
It is weird.
Why would you do that? If you're going to put them in ice cubes...
I think it's just to make it visible to the viewer.
Yes, that is why. But if you're going to put them in ice cubes, you need to put them in liquid. And I guess they might be able to see the little chunks. Don't put them in when they showed up with donuts, what I thought they did was I thought that they used that stuff as like they just baked it inside of it, you know?
Of course.
I mean, that was crazy that they opened it up and there were visible ice cubes. It made zero sense. I get why they did it for us, but it raised more questions.
I think it's Michael Pressman being a hack.
Yeah, I don't. It was the reverse of what they were going for. I think.
Yeah,
confused the hell out of me.
So they're fighting Shredder in this Vanilla Ice concert. Meanwhile, Vanilla, he's rapping about the Turtles, the ninja rap.
Go ninja, go ninja, go.
Yeah, it's very famous. People love that. I loved it at the time. Come on. I loved Vanilla Ice. It's the same year, I think, that he did Cool as Ice. He was trying to break into movies.
Wow.
Yeah. And they ultimately defeat Shredder with Keytar.
Yeah, they use the amplifier and
they
shoot him out the window.
It's so weird, though. Like, it only affects him. Like, if it's that loud that it's shooting the Shredder out of the window, then I feel like you're deafening the audience.
Yeah, well, we don't see the audience again. Maybe they did.
No, we do see the audience. They're loving it.
Really? I thought after this they go fight him outside.
Yeah, they do, but I think in that moment after they use the keytar, you see the audience.
Oh, okay. And they were loving that part. Yeah, that's a good point. If it was that loud. Well, he's not Super Shredder. He's not so heavy that it's so hard to pick him up with the sound.
Yeah. When I saw Neutral Milk Hotel, there was some feedback at one point, and it affected my ear for weeks.
Really?
Yeah. All right.
Sorry. Imagine how they felt on stage. Well, they have ear covers, don't they? They have little earpieces.
Yeah. You know, I also went to see the Cloud Nothings in New York, and it was so loud that
how loud was it?
I couldn't hear for a long time after the show, and then I read that the opening act, the lead singer of the opening act, had to cancel dates after that show because she had gotten tinnitus. I'm telling you, I think that venue in Brooklyn made the music too loud.
Wow. Well, you should have told them when you were still going there.
Yeah, well, I moved pretty soon after that.
Yeah.
All right, so Super Shredder shows up. That's, of course, the wrestler Kevin Nash, a.k.a. Diesel.
Yep.
I really wanted him to jackknife powerbomb one of the Turtles, but it doesn't happen, unfortunately. Unlike in Fast 10 when John Cena gets to do the attitude adjustment.
What was Super Shredder's plan? He's destroying this building on top of himself. I didn't know what he was going for there.
Well, I think he's just so steroided up that he doesn't even have a plan at this point. He's just like a giant monster. Yeah, exactly. It is bad though. He's just punching out pillars that are holding up the building that's above him.
Yeah, it's like the least smart plan I've ever seen.
Yeah. And so he gets taken out immediately, and I think this kills him for good because I don't think Shredder's in the third one.
Oh, Super Duper Shredder?
That would be great.
They never bring him in.
Who could play him? Who's even bigger than Kevin Nash? The Big Show?
The Big Show. Well, is the Super Duper Shredder.
He's a big fat shredder tonight. All right.
Mark Henry, he's the strongest man alive.
He certainly is. Yeah. The world's strongest man. WSM.
Oh, sorry, I got it wrong.
Yeah.
That's wrong. There's no way Mark Henry was the world's strongest man. Was he?
I mean, they called him that because he was an Olympic power lifter.
Did he win gold medals?
Yes.
Wow. So he really was at one point the world's strongest man, maybe.
Right.
Wow. He just never, when I saw him and they said the world, he just never looked to me like, I was like, really? That guy? Like,
because he was short, but he was very thick.
He
felt like
was.
he looked like Luke Cage. Like if you shot him, like it would just bounce off his skin.
Are you just saying that because he's black?
No. I always felt that about his skin. It always seemed thick to me.
All right. All right. It's enough Mark Henry, I guess. He would have been a good super duper shredder, though.
He would have. All right. So, the Splinter's like, were you seen? And they lie. They say, no, obviously not. But he holds up the cover of the Daily News and the big headline on the front page, Ninja Rap is born.
Yeah. Pretty fun.
Pretty fun stuff. All right. He makes another funny and then we're out of the movie. You got anything else to talk about?
Not really. Kind of wish I did. I feel like I was just along for the ride this episode. I didn't really have that much. I liked that the little wolf and turtle that they were supposed to call him Master, but they were like, Mama! And they were little babies.
Yeah, I love
that was fun. Too. I really like those guys. They were really cool.
Yeah, I would still wish Bebop and Rocksteady were in the movie. Like they,
what are those? I thought those guys were Transformers, to be honest.
No, Bebop and Rocksteady were Shredder's henchmen in the cartoon. One of them's a rhinoceros and one of them's a warthog. They steal them from the zoo and give them the ooze. But I guess Kevin Eastman and Peter Laird didn't like those characters. And so he asked the movie studio not to use them, but they wanted to, so they just created new characters that were sort of like those characters.
So who are they?
Toka and Razor.
Oh, these are them.
Yeah.
But those guys are real. These people aren't real characters, though.
Who?
Toka and Razor.
Yeah. Although they were very popular with the Ninja Turtles fans, so much so that after this they incorporated them into the cartoon.
All right, that's cool.
Yeah.
Which one's who? Who's Toka? Who's Razor?
Toka's the turtle. Razor is the wolf.
All right, that's easy to remember, I guess.
Yeah, Bebop was the warthog. Rocksteady the rhinoceros.
All right, that's cool.
All right. They fuse them. It's like punk guys fused with whatever. Anyway, what do you give this movie?
I'll give it 2.
I do also. I had it as a 3 on Letterboxd, but it wasn't quite as good as all that. I'd maybe have it a little bit lower on that sequel list.
It's all right. I added it. I don't think I ranked it within. I think there was something going on with Letterboxd yesterday, maybe. Was there?
Yeah, I was a little slow yesterday for a while.
Yeah, I think I tried putting this in, and then I gave up because it wasn't working at the moment. But I'll add that to the sequel list. I also had to put these in the comics list. I'll rank these. Remember when we ranked comic book films? I got to put these in there. That. But I got it 2. It wasn't terrible.
All right, who's your MVP?
It's between Michelangelo, the wolf, and the turtle. And I'm going to go with Michelangelo.
Michelangelo, your MVP.
Yeah, I like the handspring stuff, and I think he had a few other good moments that I.
What about Kino? Kino's
good
compete
for sure. He's in the running, top 5 in the running.
Yeah, I might give it to him. Kino.
That's fair, completely fair.
Yeah. All right, who's your LVP?
My LVP, maybe Raphael, maybe Ice.
Who's Ice?
Vanilla.
Ice Cubes.
No, Vanilla Ice.
Vanilla! He's your LVP? That's outrageous.
I'm not gonna do it. I think I'm gonna go Raphael in this one. He took me out of the movie. I could just think about the guy, the Italian man talking in the microphone.
Oh my god!
That's all I was thinking about. He doesn't sound like a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle.
He doesn't really. Oh, you know who else I like in this movie? Dr. Perry. He could be the MVP.
Who's that? David Warner?
Yeah, David Warner.
Yeah, he's all right.
Yeah. All right, my LV.
He's good because he's down there with the turtles and they're constantly cracking jokes, but he has the straight look on his face all the time, trying to do the work, trying to get it done. He's locked in.
Yeah. I'm gonna give LVP to New April.
Wow. I didn't want to be mean to her. I thought she was okay.
I didn't care for her, and she's back for the next one. So
Oh, really?
yeah,
Oh. Is the other one done? The other one doesn't come back at all?
she's done. Yeah, she only plays April in that first one.
This new one's back in 3 and 4?
There's 4 is
4 is
animated.
animated.
Yeah,
So
she's
4
back
is
in 3,
animated,
though.
then Bay does 5 and 6, and then
Yeah.
7 is this new Seth Rogen thing?
Yeah, that looks like it's animated like Into the Spider-Verse.
Oh, I didn't know about that. All
Yeah.
right, well, okay. It's Across the Spider-Verse, by the way. I think you should say the new one.
Leave me Across the Spider-Verse Part 1.
Whoa, spoilers!
What?
I didn't know it was part
That
1.
was announced?
I don't think I knew that.
All right.
I don't think I knew that this was a part 1, part 2 situation.
Yeah. Logan,
Yeah.
great talking to you as always.
Yeah, it was alright.
Next week on the... Fuck off.
Oh, I have a thing from earlier
Well,
in the
go
movie.
ahead, go ahead.
Kino is delivering a pizza, and he's like, well, the neighbor who delivered it didn't answer the door. I'm going to go visit April. That's weird, right?
Oh yeah, that was weird. He was like, you order so many pizzas, then I might as well give you some. And
Yeah,
the
so he
reason
just hangs
she's
out for a long time.
the reason she's been ordering so many pizzas is because the turtles.
Right. Oh yeah. They hide. He doesn't know about the turtles.
He sees one of their hands. He's met them already in that fight,
Right.
but now he's like, oh my god, I guess they're living with this lady that I apparently have a crush on.
Yeah. He didn't know that they were there.
No.
All right.
All right. So next week on the show, Ninja Turtles 3, Turtles in Time. Go back to feudal Japan. And then TMNT, which is, I think, the shortened title of the CGI animated movie that came out, I want to say, in 2007. That's what we're covering next week. Over there on patreon.com/the franchise. We got like a lot of exciting stuff coming your way. Hey, I'm watching here. We'll have I'll talk about the new season of Barry and the final season of Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, and I'll tell you about some movies and stuff. All right?
I watched Resident Evil, guys.
All right. I watched Reality, that one with Sydney Sweeney.
Oh yeah, where's that at?
It's on just Max.
Yeah, get it right.
Yeah. On the main, off the feed, the main feed will have an Across the Spider-Verse episode later this week. And also Patreon, the Buffy's Angels this week covering Gingerbread and Helpless. Very exciting stuff coming your way, both free and behind the paywall.
Yeah, everything you just said was absolutely right. And it's not going to be later in the week. It's going to be tomorrow, right? Across the
Tomorrow,
Spider-Verse?
probably. Yeah. Very soon.
What do you mean probably? Is this tomorrow?
Well, you're going to see it today, right?
What are you talking about? Yes, I thought you meant they will see it in...
No.
I will see the movie today.
Yeah. And then we'll
Yes.
record the episode tomorrow.
Yes. Okay,
All
I
right,
was just
gang.
getting it straight.
Come on back for that, and please, patreon.com/the franchise. There's so much fun stuff going on there. I prefer recording those shows anyway, and maybe you'll prefer listening to them.